Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So if you hadn't have already guessed by the title, today I'm doing a what is on my iPhone video. I'm really excited to film this and you guys have been requesting this for quite a while, and the reason I haven't done this is because up until a few weeks ago I had a small iPhone 5 that used to die at about 50%. It was basically a potato. And that wasn't any good. But yeah, I upgraded to an iPhone 7 Plus in rose gold, and I also have this dusty sandy pink case on it, which is from the Apple Store, and it's silicone. It's very soft and I'm absolutely obsessed, so I cannot wait to show you what is on my iPhone 7. And before I get started, if you would like, you can leave a comment down below leaving app recommendations, because I would love to add some more things to this because it's really new. And if you're brand new to my channel, hello, welcome. You can click the subscribe button if you would like to become a part of my weird magical online family. So without further ado, this is what is on my iPhone 7. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my lock screen. I'm not sure where I found this, but it's so cute. It's a cartoon version of Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and loads of Harry Potter logos. So we've got the Deathly Hallows, the Sorting Hat, a wand, a snitch. You guys know my obsession by now, and it just doesn't stop when it comes to my phone. So yeah, that is my lock screen. And as I open up, we have come to the first page of what is on my phone. So I'm gonna start at the top left corner. So I have calendar, which I don't actually use this calendar very often. I have my photos, which I don't have many on my phone right now because it's brand new, but I've got some Instagram pictures that are soon to be going up, and some backgrounds on my phone, a picture of me and my best friend, and me and my best friend's dog, and lots of little things like that. So that's my photos. I have camera. Everyone has camera, but I have it at the top so I know where it is. I also have the YouTube app, which is here, so I get to watch videos, I get to keep track of my own videos as well, and obviously watch people that I'm subscribed to. Next row, I have got the weather. The weather isn't that great right now. It's very cloudy. And I also have the App Store, settings, clock, you know, the basics. So the third line down, I've got my Google Calendar. Now this is a calendar that I do use. I use it all the time. I'm obsessed with this because it's linked to my computer as well as my phone. And I like this one a lot because I need to keep track of everything that I do, so I obviously need to use a calendar. I actually used to use paper calendars a lot, but then I recently moved over to digital, and I do not regret my decision in the slightest. And I'm not going to show you what's on my calendar because that stuff is private. So moving on, I have got Waze, and again, I'm not opening this because it will show you where I live, but Waze is like a sat nav, and you can keep track of your friends when they're coming to visit you. If they send you a little Waze notification, you can track where they are, and it's just really cool. You can also beep beep at other drivers and let people know if there's traffic in places, and you get points. It's really cool. If you're a driver, you should definitely be using Waze. Next up is Afterlight. Now I love this app. It's one of the ones that I use to edit pictures, and it's basically loads of filters, and it's just editing software. So if you don't have Afterlight and you like Instagram, you should definitely check that out. Next is Tumblr, which I don't think I'm logged in on because I haven't used it for a while, and it's a new phone, so nothing interesting there. I have my contacts, I have Facebook, and then I have an app called AnyDo, which I'm gonna show you. And this one is a list app. I'm obsessed with lists because it's how I keep myself motivated and organized. So I have got my tasks here, for example, and I can just check off ones that I finished with, and you get like little points, and it tells you like, well done, and it's quite cute. So if you're really into organization, I definitely recommend AnyDo. Next up is Snapchat. You guys know the drill. I love Snapchat, and if you're not following me, then you definitely should. I don't need to show you that. You all know what Snapchat looks like. So I have messages, Messenger, and then I have Twitter. Again, I am absolutely obsessed with Twitter. I recently just changed my header to one of my Instagram pictures, but yeah, I love Twitter so much. I'm absolutely obsessed. I then have Time Hop because I think it's really fun to go and look back at what you were doing on this day X amount of years ago. It's kind of weird, especially when it comes up with people that were in your past, but I still like to do it. I think it's really interesting. Okay, so next up is Vsco Cam. I am obsessed with this app. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And if you ever wonder how I do my Instagram photos, I normally take them on either my phone or my camera, but then I'll import them into Vsco Cam and play with the filters on there and edit on there. It's a fantastic Instagram photo editor for your phone, and I dip between that and Afterlight, but Vsco is my true love. And speaking of Instagram, I am obsessed with this. This is my favorite social media app other than Twitter. In fact, you know what? It might even be my favorite over Twitter, to be fair. Instagram is where my heart is, especially since I had a new phone, because it's easier to take photos with this, especially with the camera at the back, or two cameras. And I love it. My New Year's resolution was to put more heart and soul and love into my profile, which I really hope shows. If you're not following me, definitely head over there and give me a little follow. And yeah, I love following bookgrammers, people that post about books, because they end up being recommendations to me. But obviously I follow all of my friends and stuff on there too, and other YouTubers. I just love it. I think it's a fantastic app. Everyone's obsessed with Instagram, let's not lie. So moving on, I then have WhatsApp. I prefer using WhatsApp over iMessage. I just do. I get to speak to my American friends there, which also, because it tells you when they're last online, it kind of shows me if they're awake or not, which is really cool. And then I have my YouTube Studio Creator app. So if you don't know what this app is, it is somewhere where I can reply to all of your comments. This is where I normally do it. And it's really good. It shows all of the comments across all of the videos, and I get to see them come in live order, and I really do try to keep up with as many comments as possible. And this app also shows you your analytics, which won't be of much interest to you guys, but yeah, it's really great to keep track of those. The icons at the bottom are important ones, so I have my phone because I gotta phone people and that's a quick way to do it, and I also have my Gmail, which is where I do all of my business emails and that kind of thing. I then have Chrome because if you want to search something, you know that it's just there. And lastly, on the bottom is Spotify. I love Spotify so much. It's so easy just to have it on your phone as well as your computer, and they sync up, and like I can change the music on my computer from my phone. It's just really cool. My favorite music that I've been listening to at the moment, in fact a particular song, my favorite song at the moment is Spell It Out by Yumi at 6 from their new album Night People. I cannot get over it. It's so good. But yeah, I love music. I listen to it all day, every day, and it's my favorite thing in the entire world. Okay, so moving on to my next page, and yep, you may notice I'm a freak and it's in color order. I love organizing, and I just think it looks really satisfying to have everything in color order. And it's also a really handy way if you're trying to look for an app, because you just think, well, what color is it? Oh, it's red, go to the red section. So yeah, that is what I do with most of my apps. So I'm gonna start at the top again. I have got Beauty Cam, which is really fun when you want to edit some fun sort of kawaii pictures. It's really, really cute. All those pictures that you may have been seeing with like the bubble gum and like it looks really cute, that is what that app is. So moving on, we have an app called Flow. So if you're a lady, this is a period tracker. I always forget when I'm due on, and this app means that I don't forget and I can check when I'm due, which is really, really helpful. And it's really cool. You can put like your moods in, like what mood swings you're having, how do you feel, how is this period. Anyway, so moving on from periods, next is daily horoscopes. I have had this app since smartphones ever existed and since apps were a thing. I just love horoscopes. I know not everyone believes in these things, and I'm not sure I do that much, but I think they're fun. It's fun to read your horoscope every day, and yeah, I just love it. Moving on is one of my favorite games. This is Exploding Kittens. If you've never played Exploding Kittens, you need to. It's very fun, it's funny, and the sounds are my favorite things. So yeah, Exploding Kittens. That's also a physical card game as well. I then have my online banking, BBC News. I have Heart FM, which is a radio station here. Etsy, because I like to look at all the cute handmade Harry Potter things. I then have Prime Now. Prime Now is really cool. If you have Amazon Prime and you're desperate to get something, like I used it the other week where I ran out of printer ink. It was when I was filling my photo frame behind me and I was really desperate to get some, and Prime Now is where you can get whatever you've ordered within 1 hour, and it's the best thing ever and I cannot be without it now. I then have my calculator. I have Audible because this is not spawn, by the way. I love Audible because I get to listen to Harry Potter books when I'm going to sleep, and it's like being read a bedtime story. Is that weird? I don't know. I then have Headspace. So if you haven't ever used Headspace, it is kind of something, if you have anxiety and that kind of thing, this is really good. And you have 10-minute sessions per day. Sometimes there's like a little animation, but it helps with your breathing. It's a 10-minute meditation and it clears your mind. And I can always do with a little bit of mind clearing. So Headspace is really good if you get anxious. So definitely recommend that. Next up is Get Taxi. I use Get over Uber. I've had some really bad experiences with Uber, so I don't use them anymore. I use Get, which is great. I then have my notes, which I don't really have any notes at the moment, except, oh, I tell you what I do use notes for. I use it to write out my Instagram captions, and sometimes I also write out my dreams, which I'm going to be starting to use my dream journal for now. Then I have got Fruit Ninja. Everyone loves Fruit Ninja. Yeah, Fruit Ninja. It's fun. It's a good way to pass the time. I then have something called Guitar Tuner. This is an app which helps you tune your guitar. If you don't know about me, I like playing guitar. I've got a black acoustic one and it goes out of tune very often. So to make sure that it's perfectly in tune, I use Guitar Tuner, and you just click on the letters and tune it to the right chord or whatever. I don't do music talk, okay? Next up, I've got FaceTime, which I don't actually use that often. And then I've got City Mapper, which is really good if you're bad at navigating or you need to find somewhere new that you've never been before. So I go to London quite often. I don't live there, so I can get lost really easy. But with City Mapper, I don't need to get lost because it tells me where to go, and that is 10 out of 10 and takes all of my travel anxiety away, which is great. Then got Free Radio, which is another radio station. I like to listen to the radio sometimes when I'm in the bath if I'm not feeling anything that I have on Spotify. I then have videos, Photo Mirror. So Photo Mirror is a really cool app if you want to sort of mirror yourself. I mean, it's kind of in the name, but those pictures that I do when I am sort of double me, I use Photo Mirror. Lots of you have asked that in the past, so yeah. I then have Skype. I don't use it on my phone that often. I normally use it on my computer. I have Gif Keyboard. If you're after a really good GIF, this is the little app to get because you have like a little button. It comes up when you're in like a chat. I then have PayPal, which is an important thing to have. And then I'm on my second page. So my second page is Boomerang. I haven't really got to grips with this app yet. I haven't been able to make anything look as cool as everyone else's boomerangs. So I'm a bit of a rookie when it comes to the app. I then have Health, which I do actually really like. It's able to track all of your sort of health things like your sleep, your mindfulness, and yeah, I just think it's really good. And then I've got Pinterest. I love Pinterest, but I don't use it that often because if I do, I will get nothing done. Pinterest is the kind of place where you can get lost for many hours and be like, damn, where did the last 5 hours go? Oh yeah, Pinterest. So yeah, I've then got Tinder. I'm not even sorry for having Tinder. I've been single a long time, okay? I've got Tube Map. This is my absolute lifeline when I'm in London, especially when I'm on my own. You can basically put a route, so where you begin and your final destination. And then you can pick plan route, and then it will tell you the exact tube station, the direction of it, and where you get off. It's so useful. Then I've got Facetune 2. I never really used Facetune before until I had my iPhone 7 because my last phone was a potato, as I previously discussed. I then have Amazon, which is my favorite place to shop. I know I spend too much time and money on Amazon, so that is there. I then have an app called Authenticator, which you guys aren't going to be that interested in, but basically it's when you have two-step verification on your emails or whatever, and this will give you a code, and then it helps you unlock things, basically. So it means that other people can't do it, but I can. Then I've got my little folder of extras, which are things that I don't care about. So compass, tips, voice memos, find my friends, find my phone, iCloud Maps, Google Maps, wallpapers. That's great if you're looking for a new wallpaper on your phone. I have Fantastic Beasts wallpapers, which may have been where my Harry Potter one came from, Safari, and the Metro newspaper. Next, I have got an app called Moon, and you guys might find this really weird that I have an app that's just the moon, but when you slide the moon across, it tells you what % the moon is out. And me and my friends have like this little moon cult thing, so we like to keep track of the moon. So yeah, that's my moon app. I know, it's a little bit weird. I then have Netflix, which again, I don't really use it on my phone that often, but it's good if I'm like on a train or something and want some entertainment. I then have a game called 2 Dots, which is fairly new. It's definitely a game where you're gonna procrastinate for quite a long time. So yeah, that's 2 dots, and you just match all the little dots together, and you've got to try and get the highest score out of your friends. Yeah, and then I have another game which is called The Room, but this is The Room 3. There is The Room 2, and The Room 3. This one takes a lot of brain power. I love puzzles, and this is so good. Like, the graphics in this game is insane, and it's so nice on a big phone. So if you really like puzzle solving, then this is definitely the app for you. It's really cool. I then have Uber. I know I said I don't use Uber, but I do have it there in case I need to share a ride with someone whilst I am in London. And then I have got my wallet, because for the first time in my life, I've got Apple Pay. So if I forget my purse or my wallet, then I can pay with my phone, which is so useful because I don't have a contactless bank card. I've always wanted one, but now I don't really need one because I got my phone. So yeah, that is everything on my iPhone. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you had a bit of fun delving into my iPhone with me. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below if you think there's any apps that I'm missing and I really need to get. I would love your recommendations. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna go. Don't forget to check out my last video, and I will see you next time. Bye!